You're a Christian, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you believe the Jews are the chosen of God?
It says it in the Bible, yeah.
Right, so God is a racist.
Bible
yeah?
lied.
Do you
All
believe
right,
that God
lie.
promised them the land of Israel?
It's all
Listen to me.
lies.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
promised them the land of Israel.
Lie
Did
as
he?
well.
Did he promise them the land
I've
of
got two
Israel?
chocolate.
Can you listen to me?
Yeah.
So you believe he's a racist. He's also a state agent for the Jews, is he?
Right.
The rest of us are all Gentiles and water carriers for the Jews. Is that not right?
What's your foundation?
What my foundation is, religion is all my friend. I'm a Greek Orthodox Christian.
So are you an atheist then?
I'm an atheist because all religions are complete.
So your foundation is what?
My foundation is science and truth.
Science and truth.
You believe in the Bible, yeah? You believe in Adam and Eve?
Well,
Yeah? You believe in Adam and Eve?
let's finish.
I'm asking you questions. You haven't answered me
No.
a single question. Do you believe the Jews are the chosen of God?
Listen.
Do you believe yes or no?
Let's have a discussion.
Yes or no?
I've said yes. Now let me.
Right.
No. You don't control everything.
Come on then. You tell
Right.
us, Mr. Christian.
Right.
The bollocks
As an
you believe.
atheist,
Yes.
yeah. Where did you come from?
My mum and dad had sex
No.
66
Before
years
the
ago.
Big Bang, where did you come from?
The Big Bang, as far as we're concerned.
Before the Big Bang.
Oh, you're saying God was around forever?
No, I'm asking you. No, I'm coming on your side. I'm coming on your side. I'm an atheist.
Before the Big Bang, there was all.
Ah, yes. So you don't know where you. Right. Let me finish.
My soul
Right.
is going to go to hell.
So you don't know where you came from. You don't know where you came from.
My soul is going to hell. Yeah.
Right. You don't know where you came from. So why are you here?
I didn't know where I came from.
Because you can't say after the Big Bang where you came from. So why are you here?
Look, why am I? I'm here to talk sense to you. Religious
So you don't know why you're here. He doesn't know where he came from. He doesn't know why he's here. Where are you going?
You believe the Jews
Where
are
are
the
you
chosen
going?
of God.
Where are you going?
I'm going to die, and that's it, my fucking.
And so you don't know where you're going.
I'm going to.
So I'm eating a good
And
meal.
I'm all over. I'm going to be very.
I'm eating a good meal.
You believe you're going to go to heaven.
I'm eating a good meal.
Good luck with that.
And
my
you've
friend.
got no meal.
Good luck with
So
that.
why should I come to you?
Apparently, not only am I going to go to hell.
Give me a hug, bro.
No, don't hug
Hug
me.
me.
Adolf.
Hug me.
Adolf.
Show me some love. Hug me.
Adolf
Hug me.
Hitler.
Hug me. Hug me.
Adolf
Hug me.
Hitler.
Hug me.
Adolf Hitler
Hug
is
me.
now in heaven. Do you know that Adolf
Hug
Hitler?
me. Hug me. Come and hug
Do you know
me.
that Adolf?
Give us a hug. Give us a hug.
Give us a hug.
All right. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. We're on the same
I tell
side.
you what annoys
We're
me
human beings.
about you Christians. You talk complete, and you believe it. You think we have to believe it. You asked me, I don't know where I came from.
You don't.
I told you where I came. 16 years ago, my mum and dad
Right.
had
So
sex.
do you believe in logic?
Yeah, I believe in.
Is logic material or immaterial?
I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be. Honestly, got me now.
Is it material or immaterial?
What the fuck has that got to do with?
'Cause you're using
Hold on
logic.
a minute. What the fuck has that got to do with God choosing the Jews above everyone
Because
else?
logic's immaterial, and you as a scientist can't explain immaterial things. If logic's immaterial, God's immaterial, it explains logic.
He's not only racist, he's misogynistic, he believes in murder.
Do you believe in evolution?
Of course I believe in evolution.
So you're just an animal then?
Yeah, of course we are animals. That's what we
Yeah.
are.
So
We're animals.
why are you so moralistic and so moral?
My moral doesn't come from God.
Eh?
My morals come from me being a decent person.
Is a rat
The way I was
immoral?
brought
Is
up.
rat immoral? Is a rat moral?
I don't know what the fuck is moral.
Right. So you're an animal, according to evolution.
We are animals.
So why are you concerned about things? You're contradicting yourself.
When I die, right, I'm going to be very 12 foot under. Can you explain to me what my soul is? Explain the soul to me.
Right, let me ask you a question. I'll explain the soul.
Go on then.
Jesus Christ,
Jesus Christ what?
right, when he died and rose again.
He rose again? Oh,
Yeah.
really? Yeah.
So what evidence do you have he didn't die and rise again?
You were there, were you?
Do you have any evidence?
Hold on a minute. 2,000 years ago, the Jews wrote the Old Testament, yeah? And they said that they're the chosen of God. Don't you think... Hold on a minute. They say it. Are we supposed to believe this?
Right.
Come on, man.
Right. This is the problem with the atheists, you see.
I asked you, what is my soul? And you said Jesus Christ. What the f*** is that?
Let me explain. Let me explain to you. Let me explain.
What is a soul? What is a soul?
I'm coming. Let me finish.
Okay,
Let me finish.
Tell me.
But Christianity is about history, right?
Yeah.
It's about a person, Jesus. What's it say? I'm the way, the truth, and the life. So we've got to look at historically, did Jesus live, die, and rise again? If an atheist, you can show that he didn't live, or he didn't die, he didn't rose again, you've won by default.
How am I going to prove
So
it?
you've got to show that, bro.
You're supposed to prove it.
I can give you evidence.
prove it.
There was eyewitnesses.
Really? Who were they?
Yeah. Eyewitnesses. John, Mark, Peter, Matthew. Eyewitnesses.
They were there,
Yeah,
were they?
yeah.
Were they
There's evidence. There's evidence outside the Bible. So you're not willing to look at it as a historian. What historian goes? No historian, no academic in Oxford goes. We look at it. We look at it.
Say to me, you believe the Jews are the chosen of God. I don't even want to fucking talk to you anymore. It's complete and utter. Look what's happening in Israel today.
You're an evolutionist.
That's right.
So why are you getting angry?
I get angry because you come up with all these.
You're just an animal.
You believe the Jews are the
You're just an animal.
You're animals. You're an animal.
So why are you upset then?
You don't have a moral sense.
You don't have a moral sense. Yeah.
Your morality. Your morality comes from my.
Mamma mia! Mamma mia! Right.
Do you like what the Jews are doing in Israel right now? In Gaza? Do you believe what they're doing is correct?
Oh, I don't want to get into politics, mate. The thing is, why are the Muslims and everyone coming to UK? Nobody's going to Arabia to live. Nobody's going to Somalia to live. Nobody's going to the Muslim countries to live. People want to live in Israel and people want to live in UK. Why? Because when you look at Muhammad, it's a human rights nightmare. Sex life. Assassinations. That's not the basis for human rights. So the Sharia law that says you can stone people, that stones gay people, that oppresses women, that makes people pay the jizya tax, people want to leave the Muslim countries and come to our country because of the Christian values. And your attack, listen, your attack does not come from atheism. Your attack is based on Christianity because you are showing some righteous love. And that love cannot come from an animal. It comes from someone who God has implanted love in their hearts, bro. All right. Anyway, God bless you.
Very good, yeah.
Right.
But I don't believe in you. There you go.
The argument is.
You mentioned homosexuality in women. You know the Bible is misogynistic, it's homophobic, it encourages racist, it encourages slavery, it encourages mass murder, and you believe.
But you proved Christianity true just now.
Did I?
Because you're an animal, but yet you're concerned about things. So you're proving Christianity by getting upset about these things.
Why do you come here? You Christians especially are so ironic. You took completely.
So let's go through the argument. It's not willing to do history, it's all.
Hello, brother.
It's not willing to do logic. Excuse me.
Why we come here?
We have finished the Diddy party.
Why we come here?
The Diddy party's over.
All of our money.
I know you want to take part, but it's
Why
over,
we
bro.
come here?
The Diddy party's over.
Money.
Come back later. Come back later. Right. He didn't want to do history. He didn't want to do logic.
Didn't answer his question though. I think that's his question. You jumped ahead of him one by one. Answer the first question you asked.
I answered it.
He's a Greek man, I'm a Greek man.
No, he asked the question about the Jews and I answered it. No, listen. No, don't twist it. He asked the question about the Jews and I answered it. They are the chosen people. End of debate. I said that.
Really?
Right. So don't say I didn't answer. But then I had a right. Listen, I had a right to ask his foundation. Once we get to his foundation, we can get to some nitty-gritties about atheism and Christianity, brother. I'm not here to do politics, bro.
Okay.
I'm here to defend Christianity, and that's why I'm here.
You're not doing politics, but you think you're sure the Jews are God's chosen. You believe that?
Because brother, because
one question at a time. I just want to hear
because brother, my foundation, your foundation is science, yeah. My foundation is the Bible. So wait. So in the Bible, for me, that's my foundation.
Yeah.
And so there are promises to Abraham, right?
Yeah.
There are promises to Isaac and Jacob.
Sure.
And so God kept those promises.
Yeah, sure.
And then in the Bible, in Romans 9, 10 and 11, it says in the last days, the Jews are going to be engrafted back in, right? So there's a plan for you and me, right? We're Gentiles, yeah. But there's a plan for the Jewish people, right? Now God has a right to do what he wants.
So he chose us to be racist and misogynistic and homophobic and a slave driver.
When he chose those people, what kind of people were they, the Jews?
I don't have a got a clue.
They were slaves.
I believe God existed. I don't believe he chose anyone.
But bro,
I believe the Jews wrote the Bible themselves.
But they were slaves, bro. But when he chose them, they were slaves. They were slaves.
They were slaves of what?
They were slaves in Egypt.
Really? So they wrote they're God's chosen. They wrote it
God
themselves
chose
in
a
the
weak.
Old
No,
Testament.
because.
The Old Testament is written by the Jews, yeah?
Can I just finish this?
Carry on.
Can I just finish?
Tell us more.
God's way is to choose the weak things of the world to confound the mighty. He confounded Egypt and the powerful. He chooses the weak, and so he chooses the weak people.
Can I ask something else? Do you believe in Adam and Eve?
Yeah, I believe in that.
Oh, right. So you believe in incest? Because Adam and Eve, they had Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel, and they shagged their sisters apparently.
Right.
So we're a result of incest.
Right.
Can I ask you what colour was Adam and Eve? Were they black and white? Or were they Asian, Caucasian?
Can I finish?
Go on, tell us.
Right.
Tell us.
I'm going to explain some things here.
Go on,
My
please.
foundation is the Bible.
Answer the question.
I'm going to answer. I'm going to ask a question. It was not a sin.
What's not a sin?
The reason why it was a sin, right, after Adam and Eve, because there would have been children after Adam and Eve, and they would have married, right? The reason why it was a sin is, listen, because in the time of Egypt, incest was akin. They did it in terms of worshipping foreign gods.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
So
Yeah.
God is incestuous. God encourages incest as well.
No, it doesn't. No, it says you can't marry. You can't, because the law came in with Moses. Because the law. What's wrong with you, bro? Just calm down.
I tell you what.
What's up with you?
You're spewing this. Not even believing it, are you? Be honest.
I believe it. I believe the
Really?
word of God. Yeah. I don't believe in
That's
evolution.
another question. I ask you, what is my soul? Can you explain?
Wait a minute. No, it's not a fair discussion. Listen. It's not a fair discussion, and it's not an equal discussion. It becomes a power discussion if all the time you're asking the questions, bro. It has to be equal opportunity, right? You ask the question. I don't believe in evolution, right? I believe in your body is DNA. In your DNA is information. Information comes with a mind. It cannot come by chance, right? So that's why I don't believe in evolution. And then Adam and Eve fell, and I can see that the human race throughout history is fallen. Murders, rapes, all these things you're angry at is because man is fallen, right? So my foundation is Genesis 1, 2, and 3, right? Your foundation is evolution. I don't think it's scientific.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you.
In the first verse of the Bible are in the beginning, yeah?
Yeah.
How can there be a beginning? If God's been around forever, He was around forever. Can you ask me another question? What was He doing before He created man?
Right. Was
he playing patience on His own?
What's the all right? What the Hebrew for beginning? You know what the Hebrew is?
I've got no idea.
It's bret. It's bret, right?
Yeah.
And in the ancient times, the Jews were worried when they translated their Hebrew to Greek.
Yeah.
Bret can also mean person, because what comes first, the beginning or God? What comes first, the beginning or God? Look, what comes first in theologically? Not just pretend to be a Christian, right? What comes first, the beginning or God? God. Yeah. So why does the Bible say in the beginning God created? The reason is because the Hebrew bret also means person, and when he says in the beginning God, the word God is plural. Listen, plural, not singular. So the beginning is there was a triune God. That's what the beginning means, right? Okay. All right. Oh, the Jews do. The Jews discussed it in the time before Jesus. No, they do. If you go to ancient Judaism, you know the word Elohim, right? In ancient Jewish tradition, right? They said they had to have 3 judges to equal to Moses, and you know what they called that? This is way before Jesus, 1,000 years before Jesus. You know what they called it? 3 in 1. You know what they called it? Elohim. And so when he says in the beginning God, Elohim, they knew it was 3. That is 1,000 years before Jesus. That is in the ancient writings, the Jewish writings. Okay? All right? So I've answered that for you.
Answer his question on the soul.
The soul, I cannot say, start talking about the soul when I don't know much about it, but I don't want to start.
His answer, it doesn't know.
I can't get philosophical about the soul,
Would
brother.
you agree with me, if there is a heaven and a hell, they're pretty crowded places? Would you not agree with me?
What do you mean?
Well, look at the billions of people that lived and died and gone to heaven or hell over the millions of years we've had. Go back 100 years, population was about 4 billion, they're all dead now. In 100 years' time, we'll all be dead. 8 billion people are alive now. In about 100 years, we'll all be... There's another 8 billion...
But you're assuming they are in hell.
How many billions of people are there in heaven?
But you're assuming they're in hell.
No, heaven or hell, I said, both of them.
In heaven. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
where is heaven? Can you explain where heaven is to me?
I don't know where it is. It's
Don't know
it's
where it is.
outside the material,
Yeah,
brother.
there's nothing
You know.
outside. It's all
You know.
outside, yeah.
There's some things I don't know, brother. Oh, I can give you some basic evidences for who Jesus.
Do you know
Can I
scientists-
just finish? Can I
Please,
just
please,
finish?
please, please.
I can give some basic evidence for Jesus.
Yeah.
I can give you evidence about
One
the.
second, give the basic
What's
evidence
the
of
evidence?
Jesus. That's what he's asking you.
Where's the evidence of Jesus?
Right, the basic evidence for Jesus, right, is that there's material outside the Gospels that said that Jesus died on the cross, right?
What, in a book? That was
Yeah, you have
2000
you have Tacitus, a Roman historian, and you have a Jew called Josephus.
Do you believe,
Can I-
every book you read?
no,
Do you believe every book you read?
Let me finish. Let me finish. Right? No, you have to do things historically. When you're doing historically, there are certain criteria that you have to have. One of the criteria is multiple attestation. Multiple attestation.
Hundreds of years after the
So
event.
let me finish. No, let me finish. When you have multiple attestation, that gives you good evidence. Then enemy attestation. So Tacitus is an enemy. Josephus is an enemy. And it's multiple attestation. That's why Dominic Crossan, who's not on my side, Bart Ehrman, not on my side, these are the best scholars in historical Jesus studies. They don't agree with me, but they all say that Jesus dying on the cross is one of the most well-attested facts in ancient history. So criteria, we do it as a historian with criteria, bro. We don't accept things gullibly. If you're open-minded, I can give you those things. I can't answer every question, brother. Yeah. You might know things that I don't know, and I can learn from you. I can learn from this brother. Yeah. This brother, I've learned some things from this brother. He's passionate about certain things, about the history of the Jews and about all the bad things that are happening in Gaza. And I appreciate that. And I learn from that, brother.
Oh, I'm glad you do.
Because of the righteousness that you have. Some of it is correct, that it's righteous anger, you know.
My right, I'm a humanist. I'm not right. I'm a human.
But
I'm a human
so
being.
I learn from you. We learn from each other, but I don't know everything. But I've given you some basic things, yeah.
Do you know that?
Can I just ask you a question?
Please do.
Have you ever, with an open mind, both of you?
I'm a Christian man.
All right. Have you ever, with an open mind, read the four Gospels with an open mind?
I've read this.
You've read it.
It's all-
So when you read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, what was your impression of that? I know, but can't you come up with a better word than that,
Listen,
bro?
I look at things practically. I don't know.
Why is it, though?
This thing written 2,000 years ago by the Jews,
But
who
why?
called themselves the chosen. Let's not forget that the Old Testament is by the Jews.
Right.
And Jesus came along in the New
So
Testament.
do you believe?
Now,
right.
you believe it now. Today, let's be practical. Today, in Israel, in Netanyahu in his party, he has got Zionists on there. They believe
Right.
they're the chosen of God. They can do what they like. They can kill as many people as they like. They can as much thing as they like because they're God's chosen. Do you believe that?
Right.
Do you believe they're
No,
right?
they can't do what they like. No.
Well, they're fucking doing it
Can I just come
because
back?
they're chosen
Bro-
of God.
Look, can I come back? Can I
Yeah,
come
please
back?
do. Yeah, carry on.
Because you made a good point about
Yeah.
when someone writes history, the Jews are writing their own history. So you're saying it's biased, right? Now listen, when the Jews were being killed in the time of Hitler, right?
Yeah, 6 million of them.
Right. Yeah.
Gassed.
And they wrote their history that they were being killed by the Nazis. That's biased history.
Yeah.
Did it happen or not?
Of course it happens.
Right,
We know
right.
it.
So we've learned that you can write biased history, but it doesn't mean it didn't happen. So the fact that the Gospels, listen, were written by the Jews
Yeah.
does not mean
Well-
that it didn't happen, bro. Because that we can also test it with material, listen, outside the Bible to see if what they're saying is correct, bro.
Yeah, but
Right, no, before you go on,
Please.
unpack what I've just said. Just unpack it. Rather than say
No, okay, no.
just not show me that you're engaging with me.
I'm engaging with you.
Because I'm treating you with respect. I
Sure,
want
no,
to treat you with
fair
respect,
enough,
right?
fair enough.
So treat me with respect. I'm
Sure.
treating with you,
Okay,
and
all right,
I want to engage with you and listen to you because I'm also want to learn from you, right?
Of course, yeah.
Because
Okay.
I'm not.
No, okay, fine.
I might not be as versed as you
No,
with
I'm
politics,
not saying
right?
for anything. I'm just saying to
Right?
you. All right.
So engage with that argument.
Sure.
I'm saying that they're biased history, but in the time of the Nazis, the Jews wrote history.
Yeah.
But it still was factual.
I know it's factual.
So
because 6 million of them were gassed.
so why be so prejudiced against the Gospels? Four
Hold on a
Gospels.
second. Are you comparing what happened to the Jews with what's supposed to have happened 2,000 years ago when these people rose up and said we're God's chosen? How can that be? How can you compare the two?
But they wrote history today.
wrote history.
Yeah, in the 20th century. They wrote history, right? There are Jewish historians that wrote things, yeah? they also wrote their own testimonies, what happened, right? So I'm just saying, bro, engage with the four gospels. Engage with the four gospels, because at the end of the day, we can talk politics, right? If Jesus is not the Son of God, if he's not the Messiah, then I'm on your side. So I've got to show you some evidence that he's the Messiah, and you've got to show me that he's not the Messiah. If you do that, it's game over for me. If I do that, it's game over for you. Veering off into politics, we could be here all day and night, bro.
Well, hold on a second.
So show me the Gospels and not reliable history.
Well, I started off by asking you, before Jesus, the Old Testament was Old Testament, which where we are told the Jews are God's chosen.
Right.
So can I ask you, what source of God chooses one race above every other? Is that not racist to start off with?
Right.
As a basic premise, is that not racist?
No.
It's not?
No.
Okay, so the rest of us being mortal carriers of Gentiles and below the Jews is not racist?
No, it's not, because you got to understand.
What source of God does
Because you got to understand why he did that.
Really?
Right, you got to understand why he did that, because through the Jewish line came who? Who came through the Jewish line?
Jesus.
Right.
Because he was a Jew. He was a
Jewish Messiah.
But they don't believe that. They don't believe he's the Son of God. Do they? The Jews.
No, but you're saying, why did he choose the Jews? He chose the Jews because he could have chose the Roman Empire. He could have chose. Wait a minute. He could have chose the American Empire, right?
Yeah.
He could have chosen the Persian Empire, big empires.
Yeah.
But he chose a small, despised nobodies for them to carry. Wait a minute. The bloodline of the Messiah, to show that it's not by might, not by power, but by the Spirit, by the small people.
Well, I understand.
Now, as an atheist, you're not going to get that. You're going to say, "Oh, that's racist. That's not God."
Yeah.
But from the Bible, it makes perfect sense.
So
do you want to talk, brother? If you want to talk, because I'm getting a bit tired.
No.
Yeah, okay, you're an atheist, right?
Yeah.
So,
I guess, where does...
Ray, God bless you. Sorry, brother.
Where do I come from?
I was going to ask, where does morality come from?
Well, morality comes from me as a human being, as the way I was brought up from my parents. Treated people that I'm a humanist.
It's a wrap.
I don't need God to give me morality. I'm a human being. I believe in human beings. I do not believe in some...
Are you a cameraman as well?
No. I'm just here while he's going away.
All right. Okay.
Contradictions. It encourages misogyny and all that stuff. I have my morality from myself and my parents and my
Thanks for talking anyway.
Nice, dude. No problem. Yeah.
So, you were born...
So, today we've had a really good day. Probably my life is going to be on the line after all this. Talking about Muhammad's character, but it has to be done. And then we talked with an atheist, and we tried to get to the foundation of some basic things in atheism. And so it's been a good day today. Just remember, we need Jesus as the Lord and Savior today. We need him as Lord and Savior. God bless. There we are. I'll probably be dead next week.